Mafia Magazine. Topic, is you there?
Yes, sir.
What's good, baby? How you been?
What's good, man? I'm just chilling, doing the Father's Day thing, posted up.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. So how they treating you out there, man, in the West Coast?
Everything is lovely. Everything is lovely. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people starting to resurface again, so it's looking real good out here.
Right. All right, so here's how we gonna do. How we gonna get down, man? We usually get down like this here. We usually get down with the past, the present, and the future. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I need you to do for my listeners right now. I need you to tell my listeners exactly where you from, how long you been getting down. You know what I'm saying? And how's it going out there? Exactly where you at and what you doing.
Okay, well, those that don't know, my name is Topic. You know what I'm saying? I'm from West Covina, California. I'm a West Coast artist. I put a couple mixtapes out, about 5 mixtapes out. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I was signed to SRC Universal. I wanted it too, so I moved on, and that's basically what I'm doing now. I just got out of my deal a few months ago. At the present time, I'm putting another project together, you know what I mean? And I've been taking meetings, trying to see, if I'm going to just mass on my own, as far as independently, or get with another independent company and you know what I'm saying, bring my talents to somebody else's team. And so basically, that's kind of like the main goal right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm just restructuring, because being on a label, things are set up a certain way, and certain people handle certain things as far as, careers and making a move is concerned. So now that that's not in place anymore, I'm just putting the pieces together and figuring it out, and in the meantime, just making new good quality music,
Right. So now, when I just heard you just say just now that you just got out of your deal, you know what I'm saying? So tell the listeners, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of the background of exactly what was going on for you have to leave the deal that you was in to try to go forward in the projects that you're doing right now.
Well, I've been signed for a while now. I signed my deal actually in 2005 with SRC Universal, but I was signed through a production company first.
Right.
So me and the production company, we didn't see eye to eye. You know what I mean?
Right.
So being that they took me to the label, we was all basically, quote unquote, in bed together. So being that me and the production company couldn't see eye to eye and couldn't make things move forward, it kind of put a dent or put the major label in a position to where they really couldn't do much for me either, because they would be sued, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, I tried a lot of things, and we all pushed, and I'm still all the way in good standards with Steve Rifkin and the guys who I was signed to. So that wasn't the issue. It's just that the production company, I was signed to a company called Drama Family. We didn't necessarily see things eye to eye, so I just felt that it was best for what I was trying to do and what I was trying to accomplish in this game to basically just leave. And it took me a while to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got attorneys and had to go through that whole thing, and it finally, basically released me. So that's where I'm at now.
Right, because a lot of people don't really understand. Sometimes when you get down with these different labels, or when you sign with these production companies, they try to really flip a cat to start doing some things that he really ain't comfortable with, or they try to change a cat's, you know what I'm saying, his music and his vision. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm hearing from you right now that kind of like that's what was like kind of happening, and you wasn't having no parts of that.
Well, no, I wasn't. I mean, as far as the creative process and the creative access, as far as what I was doing with my project and things of that nature, I had complete control over that. But it was the point of, okay, now we have the music, so now it's time to promote, get things going. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody that was basically over my situation that had to sign off on everything that I did.
Right.
So a lot of times when I was trying to do certain things, like I had a record. In May, I had a record with Trey Songz. At the time, my BDS was looking real good, especially for a new artist in the West Coast. But I never put a visual to that video. So it was like, it wasn't like I could go sign off and get the money myself. it would be like the production company that I'm signed to. We would have to, they would have to mask on the label and go ahead and make sure that they cut the money for those, the video budget.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
they basically didn't do that. I mean, and it was numerous things. I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
There was numerous things that happened where it was like we was working against each other because I'm really trying to come out and I'm really trying to get the ball rolling and I'm doing what I could do as an artist.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's basically on the business side, they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, so it became frustrating. You know what I mean?
Right. So here's another question that the listeners want to know. Like, your sound is really sounding real good, baby. I mean, we here at Mafia Magazine, man, we love it, we push it. You know what I'm saying? But what we would like to know is, who inspired you to do some of the things that you've been doing up to this point right now? I mean, who really put you? What did you hear at one point that really wanted to put you in the game that make you want to do the things that you're doing today?
Well, I always had a musical background. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I used to sing, and as I got older, I kind of got into sports. And then at some point, I don't know, I think like around the 8th grade, the summer of 8th grade, I picked up a mic for the first time and started writing my rhymes, and I just started excelling a lot faster than everybody else. And then it just became, for doing it for a little while and accelerating at a fast rate, it kind of came like second nature to me as far as being able to put down things that I've seen or experienced. And then, I was from an older class. Like when I was in high school and growing up, it was Dogtown. You know what I'm saying? It was the whole Dre era, the whole Death Row era was something that I actually grew up, under. You know what I mean? Like I was growing up at that time, high school, shit like that. So that really inspired me because I was more turned on to the fact of making good, dope, quality records. You know what I mean? And I try to just basically implement that now, even though the climate of the music game is it's a lot of. It's not really based on the records at this point, you know what I'm saying? I'll just say that. Like, it's a lot of music that I would so-called say, it's just that microwave, that quick fix, you know what I mean? But I try to make that, I try to deliver to the people that oven ready, you know what I mean? And, good songs, good quality hooks, good beats, good rhymes, you know what I mean? Make sure everything sounds right. So, it's just the cloth that I'm cut from.
Right.
And I just try to keep that moving.
And so I heard you say something about you was playing ball at one time. Is you still balling? I mean, is you still doing your thing, or was that something that you wasn't real good at one time, so you had to get out up too? I mean, you tell people what it really is, baby.
I was kind of good, but to be honest with you, I kind of, once I figured out music was what it was for me, I kind of put everything on the back burner, man, and I just did that. Like, growing up, they always taught me, like, if you, in order to be one of the best, you gotta choose one thing. I understand plan B's in life. I understand it don't always work for everybody, but I just never particularly had that mentality.
Right.
I had the mentality like it's gonna either have to work, or I'm gonna die trying, like 50. You know what I mean? And I had that mentality that actually had a hook that went like that. You know what I'm saying? Before the whole 50 thing, it was more of a mentality than the actual words. Like, this is going to have to work right here or I'm going to die trying it. So,
no doubt.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. So, listen, here's another thing that a lot of listeners out here don't know. You've been in the game, relatively a short period of time. But in your time as you've been in the game, you've been fortunate to be able to work with some real prominent and good artists. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to tell the people a little bit about like who you enjoy most going into the studio with, and those that you love to get down with. You know what I'm saying? When you and them can go into the studio and vibe together. I mean, give us a little insight on that there.
Well, I think somebody that would stick out of my head easy, it would be an easy call for me was my buddy David Banner. Being signed to SRC, of course, they had David Banner, Akon, et cetera. I did records with both of those guys, and I had an opportunity to actually go into the studio and work with them. But David Banner is one of the most sincere human beings that I know, period. So being in an environment like that and working at the same time, it translated into the music, and it was just a real dope experience. I mean, we did 3 records, and we worked for 3 days. We did a record a day. I mean, he would make the beat that day before I get there, or sometimes he'd be working on it when I get to the studio. At the point of him being done with the beat, I start writing. After that, we record together, put the vocals down, boom, that's one record. We did the same thing for about 3 days over a weekend consecutively, and that was probably one of the best experiences I had. You know, real dope being in the studio with Dr. Dre and not really actually working on my project or nothing like that, but being there sitting and watching him work is pretty amazing in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
no doubt.
You know, so
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to work with a couple of cool people, man.
Right, and you can actually hear it in your music. You can actually hear it that when you do your thing, Topic, you can actually hear that you've been exposed to some real cats. You know what I'm saying? Not just basically in the music game, but also you've been around some cats that kind of hip you to what's going on in the industry, and also, you know what I'm saying? I can tell.